go.
Today, Diesel Performance Products would like to show you their new product. This one is for gasoline motors. This engine, or this propane injection system, works on gasoline computer-controlled motors as long as they have the O2 sensors in them. We're going to explain how it works and why it works. First, we're going to show you the basic theory of operation of the unit. Here we're showing an engine vacuum meter, a gas flow meter, our new Fuel Saver Plus, which is made by the PowerShot 2000 people, or Diesel Performance Products. And what we'd like to do is show how it operates. Right now the engine has 0 vacuum on it, and we are flowing at a 9.9 CFM flow rate. It's actually 0.9.5 CFM flow rate. As I increase engine vacuum, or start the engine, this would be at wide open throttle, and as I increase vacuum or shut the throttle, approaching idle, this would be your cruising range down the highway. We're at a 0.7 CFM flow rate. And by the time we get down to the engine idle area, around 18 inches of vacuum, we should be about 0.25 of the CFM. And I think we're sitting right there now. If you look at the flow meter, we're back down at 0.25 of CFM. So this whole range of scale is 0 to 1.2 CFM. So it's very light usage on propane. As I drop engine vacuum, our flow of gas, so as I open the throttle up, our flow of propane to the engine will increase. This can also be used with natural gas. As I keep dropping, now we're into a heavy acceleration, but not wide open, just pulling out on the highway. We've got it up about 0.7 CFM. Time we level off in cruising, probably around the 12 inches of vacuum mark, we're at about 0.6 CFM of gas flow. Excellent for mileage. This unit can be adjusted to give you more gas or less gas. We can bring it in. If you notice, if I bring it up to over that, up to 20 inches of vacuum, there's no flow of gas at all. We're coasting down a hill or deaccelerating. It's completely shut off the amount of propane going to the engine. And we can set this up to flow at any time, any amount of gas that we want. So this thing can virtually work on every product. Now let's talk about why adding propane to a diesel motor works. To a gasoline engine, and why it works. Is the motor has oxygen sensors on it. The oxygen sensors are always trying to go to 14.7 air-fuel ratio. If I introduce a small amount of propane gas to that engine, it'll tell those O2 sensors that it is rich. It'll immediately pull the fuel calibration away from the fuel injectors to 1.7, or to get back to 14.7 to 1. The more propane I add, the more fuel it'll pull out of that motor. If I stay within the range of the O2 sensors on here, to turn the check engine light on, I won't even get a check engine light on. If I'm willing to leave the check engine light and go a little farther, I can take this to virtually using no gasoline at all and very light propane. The next thing people will ask, well, you're going to cause the motor to run lean. Well, that's not true. The correct air-fuel ratio for propane is 15.8, not 14.7. So even when we're at 14.7, running 50% propane and 50% gasoline, we're still in a rich environment. You do not have to worry about damaging a motor. Other advantages of adding propane is it's an extremely high octane fuel. So if you're using a low grade of fuel, your detonation sensors on the engine will generally pick up the detonation that it's caused and pull back the timing to correct. By adding a small amount of propane, that's 122 octane rated fuel, blended with the gasoline at 87, we now have fuel that's good enough that it won't detonate, and we'll be able to keep the maximum amount of timing. We've seen different vehicles yield as high as 9 miles to the gallon better by using this. And again, it's very economical on propane. Thank you for spending your time and watching our product, and have a great day.